Hey you guys, so like I told you, this will be a two-part video. So this is the second half, and I'm gonna go a little bit more in depth of like how it was with me dealing with my dad's death and more about my stepdad and our relationship. So when after my dad passed away, maybe a few months later, I still didn't really say much. I didn't know how to deal with it because he wasn't really around almost at all to begin with, so kind of was like regular, like, oh, he's not here anyway. But as I got older, sorry, it's really late at night. As I got older, that became harder to tell myself that, oh, he's not here anyway. That became really, really hard to tell myself because now I'm older. Now I want to talk to my dad. Now I want to have a relationship with him. Now I want to talk through what happened and why him and my mom weren't together and stuff like that. Like that I wanted to know. So that excuse I couldn't really tell myself anymore of like, oh, he wasn't there anyway. Who cares? Like I can't, that's no longer going to be a thing because I want him to be there now. So it was really hard. Like I kind of held everything in. I did a lot of crying, which nobody really knew. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I contemplated suicide a lot. I never did it, but I contemplated it and wanted to do it a lot. And I even told one of my friends, I won't say which one because I don't want to put them on the spot with something that heavy, but I told one of them, like, I just wanted to do it so I could be with him. Like, we didn't have enough time, like, so I was in a really dark place. I ended up having a really bad semester when I first started college, because when I started college I was good, but then like I started in August, so around September, October, maybe early November, it kind of hit me, and so things started to go downhill. I wasn't really focusing, wasn't paying attention. So I was put on academic probation for my second semester. I went to Oakton Community College in Des Plaines. I was put on probation and I got better as far as school in my second semester, but it wasn't enough to get me back from where I had came from. So I had lost like financial aid a little bit, or some of my financial aid, and I didn't want to come out of pocket for it. So I started working, and then I dove into Mariano's overnight. And I feel like overnights, as a sidebar, is for people who are young and don't have lives, or older who don't have lives, because it really controlled my entire life. Like, I lost a few friends, I disconnected with a few friends, I kind of went into not a depression, but a really bad place because I felt like I couldn't live my life, but I needed my job, so that didn't do well for me either, but I got out of there, so we're gonna leave that where it is. But yeah, I was in a really dark place when my dad passed away because, like I said, it felt like I lost a piece of me, but a piece of me I didn't know anything about. Like a piece of me I wanted more of, but couldn't get it because the answers I wanted, he had. Like, my uncle on his side couldn't tell me. My grandmother on his side, who I was really, really close with, passed away when I think I was like 5. Me and her had a great relationship. I loved my grandma. I called her Grandma Roman. I had a huge thing for cars when I was growing up. I still love cars now. But she bought me Hot Wheels track after Hot Wheels track, Hot Wheels after Hot Wheels. Like, I always had cars, model cars. So actually when my dad passed, if I'm not mistaken, my sister brought me 2 of his slot cars because him and my uncle, and I think their brothers, used to slot car race. My uncle Terry actually still does it, I think, and he has yeah, he still does, because in his new house he has a big track and they slot car race and stuff. So those cars I got from my dad, though, those need to be fixed up. Uncle Terry, I'll be talking to you soon. Yeah, so she gave me 2 of his cars, and so that meant something to me. I have one of his necklaces he used to wear. I need to get a new chain for it because he wore it all the time. It's kind of like, yeah. But you know, I kind of dove into that dark place and didn't want to get out of it. Like, I didn't want to get over it. Like, I didn't want anybody talking to me. Like, I was very angry and upset. And honestly, the best advice I have for someone going through that is dive into your friends. and family who love you, but like people who are reaching out to you and care about you, don't push them away. But I will say, pay attention to who does not let you push them away, because who sticks by you through that is who is really going to be for you. Like, a few of the people that were there for me that I'm still not super close with, but we're still real tight. Like, I still talk to them and stuff like that. But you know, it was hard. But like my friends that I mentioned in the last video all helped me through that, and I'm sure it was something I didn't mention. If I didn't, I apologize. A lot of this stuff I've pushed back, so it's hard for me to remember a lot of it. But it was tough, and I'm glad I am able to talk about it now without breaking down. Like, I've been talking about doing this video for a few days now, and I was like, I don't know if I can do it. Like, last night I had a moment, I'm like, I can't do this, like, I can't. But I figured I could help somebody, so why not? So, but my best advice is you to dive into your friends or like a passion, but and also like therapy. Like, I had a therapist, and she actually, this is going to be something that I haven't really told anybody, but people can kind of tell. I have, I wouldn't say suffer from, or I have, but I deal with rather abandonment issues. Like, I feel like everybody's gonna leave me, and it stems from my dad. And from, like, over the years, I've had really close friends that have stopped talking to me for no apparent reason. And I have one younger sibling, and me and my brother, we're brothers, but we're not really super close. So a lot of and then me and my sister have never really lived by each other, but we've also always had, you know, a good relationship, considering all things. But I consider my close friends family. So when they would stop talking to me or things went left, because I'm so emotional. Aquarius I'm apologizing, I'm telling them a little bit, but we are very emotional. We're hard knocks, but we're very emotional too about stuff we care about. But I tried pushing people away, and that's not what you should do. And it wasn't really intentional, but yeah, I mean, me having that complex about being abandoned and stuff like that, and other stuff happened to me throughout my life, it affected how I dealt with people and other things. So, and I figured that out in therapy. I couldn't, like, she was like, I was talking, she was like, you know what, Richard, I think you might have abandonment issues. And I was like, you might be right. So that therapy helped. It really did. And she kind of told me, you know, Richard, I don't want you to, because what she got from what I was saying was that I felt like I wasn't good enough. And I told her, I was like, I don't think that's it at all. Like, I don't think that's it. She was like, but from what you're saying, I want you to know you are good enough. So your friends, family that truly care about you, therapy, if that's your kind of thing. This is my thing with therapists and having a shrink. There's such a negative, like, connotation with having a therapist and a shrink or whatever. But if you have the right therapist, man, because my therapist was the best. And I'll actually, not right now, but I'll try to find, like, where her card is and, like, put her name and, like, stuff. So if you guys are interested, not even if it's about, you know, having a parent pass away, but someone close to you, or going through stuff in life, or just needing someone to talk to, she was really good. I like her a lot. Her name was Corinne Johnson. I probably have her number in my phone, but yeah, she's located in Evanston, Illinois. But she was awesome. She really was, and she was a mother herself, so she had a mother perspective to her, so that helped too. But she was a really awesome therapist. But I think those three things, family, friends, and like therapy, can help you through it. But you can't do it alone. Like, you can't be strong all the time, and that's what I've grown to realize. You can't carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. You can't always have your crown standing straight up. Everybody has a breaking point, but the key is, it's a moment. It's a breaking point. It's not forever. It doesn't last always. So don't sit and dwell on it or be stuck like, oh my God, how am I gonna do this? Like, what am I supposed to do? Like, I can't take it anymore. Like, don't think like that, because it's just a moment. You are going to make it through everything. God doesn't give you stuff to stop you. He gives you stuff to help you grow and progress so you can keep moving forward, and you can like be able to take on life and everything life is going to come at you with, because let me tell you, it has definitely been more and more obstacles after my father. And granted, that was a really tough one, but it has been other obstacles. But yeah, that's my few recommendations as far as that. But moving on from that, and if you guys have any questions, you can feel free to hit me up on Twitter, which is I'm Just Richard with 2 underscores, Instagram, Roman Rich with 1 underscore, and Snapchat, I'm Just Richard. I'm very open about talking to people and helping you through it, so if anybody has any questions on how to deal with it, I mean, I'm here for you guys. But okay, so as far as my stepdad, my mom and my stepdad met when I was 5, and that's been like my dad ever since. Like but my mom also made sure that we were a package deal. Like if they were going to be together, I was going to be included in that. And I know there's a lot of negative connotations, like with stepdads, like whether the mom cares more about the dad than the children, or the mom forgets about the one she had with the other kid. Because my brother, me and him are half brothers. Like we have different dads. So we never got into it about that though. We always were just like brothers. Like we were never half or step or whatever. It was just, that's my brother, like that's it. But so it's a lot of negative connotations with that kind of stuff. I can honestly say I have never, the only time, it was years ago, my brother had this thing where he liked to fake cry. So he thought it would be funny to fake cry. My mom was at work, my grandmother was not here, I was in middle school. And this was back when I know everybody, like we used to ride bikes all over the neighborhood and stuff. So I was going to my friend, my old friend Malik's house, and my brother started fake crying. I'm like, I don't know what happened or why he started to, but he started fake crying, whatever. So my stepdad is like, why did you hit him? This, that, and the third. Mind you, my stepdad's looking away, my brother's like smiling with tears in his eyes. I used to be so pissed off. I'm getting irritated thinking about it. But my stepdad was like, why would you hit him? Why would you hit him now? You're older than him. How would you like it if I hit you? I flat out said, and my mom made me apologize for it. I was like, if you can't put your hands on me, you're not my dad. And I can't, to this day, I can't believe I said something like that because of everything he's done for me. I can't believe I said that. But, yeah, so that was the only time we had like a moment, literally like a moment. When I left, I rode my bike to my friend's house, and I was sitting on the porch, like, crying, like, because my mom called me, and I'm like, how you gonna take his side? Because growing up, I always felt like I didn't have my mom or my dad, because it seemed like she was more, it wasn't true, obviously, but when I was younger, I always felt like, up until maybe sophomore, junior year, I always felt like it was always my stepdad, my mom, and my brother. I never felt like I had a parent for real. And some of it was my own insecurities or like how I saw it or whatever. But that was something I dealt with a lot too, that I can say kind of like hurt and stuff like that. But I eventually obviously grew up, but we didn't really have many, falling outs or anything, me and my stepdad or even me and my brother, about that kind of thing, about the relationship or whatever, what it really was, whatever. He was just like my dad. I still call him by his first name, but I still say dad sometimes. That title is kind of like untouchable for me because I don't know what it is in a sense. So I don't really go into that. But my stepdad has been to every birthday party, every Christmas, every Thanksgiving, every parent-teacher conference, every, what can I say, just everything like a parent is supposed to or a dad is supposed to. He went to my soccer games or like everything. When I needed money for school or a trip or something and my mom didn't have it, or she just wanted to see if he could help out or whatever, and he did it. Like, it's like to this day I can call my stepdad like, I can't pay this bill, can you help me? Or like if I need someone to talk to, or like something like that. Like on Father's Day, that's my dad. I give him stuff for Father's Day. but he's just always been my dad. I don't know how any other way to express that, but he's just always been my dad. And I don't know if he's gonna watch this, but if you are watching this, Orlando, I appreciate you and everything you have done for me from the time we have met, and always accepting me as one of your kids. Honestly, like, he always introduced me as his older son, so I can't ask for anything more than that, than to be accepted and loved by a father/father figure. His family, so my stepdad is Jamaican, so my brother's half Jamaican. They have always welcomed me like with open arms and stuff like that. They've always accepted me for me and loved me unconditionally and stuff like that. So it's honestly like one of those like movie ideal kind of situations. Like, we've never really had like bad blood or anything, honestly. Like, it's always been okay. So I have really nothing negative to say about like him or his family. Like, actually one of my, cause I like, they're my family, so one of my cousins actually subscribed to me, but it's always been good, so I have like nothing bad to say. But it was always, it's just nice to have, granted it wasn't with my father, but to have a father. So I've always appreciated that and how he was. Granted, even though him and my mom weren't always where I would say they wanted to be or where they should have been, but he always made sure I was good, so I appreciated that, because he did not have to. Like, he didn't have to, like, oh, this is your kid. He didn't have to. And I have seen some situations, let me tell you, but it was never like that. And I really wanted to do this video to show like both perspectives of, yes, I suffered a huge loss, but I also have someone there, and I want him to know if he watches this that, you know, I know you are there. And I know my stepdad is like, we need to go to lunch or go have a drink. I will not drink with my parents. It makes my mom so mad and it irritates him, but I won't drink with my parents. I kind of feel like it's a respect thing. Not that I get drunk or sloppy or anything, but I just feel like it's a respect thing. It's weird drinking with my parents. So I would never do that. But he's like, you know, he wants to go out to eat and stuff like that, or like, because I'm older now, so we can kind of spend, you know, more time together. But I'm kind of like scared, because I know down the line when he passes away, it's gonna feel the same way, and I don't want to have to deal with that again, but I will. So that's kind of why I'm sure he can tell I distance myself a little bit, because I don't want to deal with that again. But I also tell him he's a workaholic. Like I said in my first video, he works a lot, and I'm like, you need to take care of yourself and stop working so much. So he needs to deal with his health, and I hope he does see this. But I think that's kind of, you know, wraps up both of the situations and everything that happened between those two. So that is all. But like I said, if you have any questions, my social medias will be in the description box below. And if you have any comments or just need any advice, you feel free to DM me or inbox me. And yeah, so again, thank you guys for always watching almost right away and subscribing and supporting, and I appreciate it. Don't forget to like and comment on this video, and if you're new, welcome, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on my notifications so you never miss an upload. Thank you guys. You guys have a good night.